Good evening and welcome to the first preseason round of the House of Esports F1 2023 Season 4 now that we are going to be going into. This is preseason 1. We will be racing around the Sakir International Circuit. The Grand Prix configuration, obviously the Jeddah circuit, the Sakir circuit, sorry, that you all know and love. And yeah, we'll be seeing the guys head out there. A nice crop of new drivers joining us for this pre-season race. So we'll see how they do and see how the game actually goes. It's been a while since I was last in the game. In fact, I'm pretty sure the last time I properly opened the game and left it open for longer than about half an hour was the last time I joined you guys on stream. So that was December, so a couple of months ago already. And yeah, it's good to be back, and we'll see how the guys do. The lobby is loading up at the moment. I'm busy checking that all of my telemetry bits and pieces are running correctly. It looks like the audio is all in the right place. Please let me know how it goes on the microphone side. I have moved it to a completely different position, so it might be a little quieter than usual. Just let me know. I will have to adjust things. These two preseason races are for various settings changes and tests and the like. And it seems like we might have the first EA bug, and as I say that, it disappears. It was just someone taking a little while to load up. Looks like we've got most of the guys with their settings correct in the lobby. We just have one person who looks like they just need to sort something out. Welcome Elf and Mad Luke. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully we are going to be have a good race here. 12 guys on track until about probably 5 minutes ago we only had 9, so good to see 3 guys joining at the last moment. I'm just going to message one last person to try and fix their settings as far as their name is concerned, and then we will head to the track for qualifying. So please give me a sec and I'll be right back. Alrighty, apologies for that delay. I actually found that oh, look, spam already on our first stream in so long. Uh, sorry, let me just deal with the spam quickly. There we go. Okay, right. Welcome Smurf as well to the chat. Please let me know if the sound is different because I suddenly realized why my microphone was where it was in the first place, so I've had to move it back to where I usually have it. So we're going to be heading across to the grid right away. We're going to see how things work. There will be a couple of glitches here and there. That is to be expected. I haven't updated a couple of things in a while, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. I do not see telemetry, which is unfortunate. So let Ooh, this is going to be quite difficult to fix. Okay, so I will not have my usual telemetry. That'll be fixed by tomorrow. That is why we're running these preseason tests to see what's working, what's not working, what I need to fix, and so on and so forth. Thank you, Kit, for the confirmation that I still sound good. Or at least my microphone sounds good. So yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, good. So we're currently watching Keycracker going out there. He has fixed his telemetry. I can see it on my telemetry tool. So I've got 3 telemetry tools running. I can see basically names on 2 of them, and one of them is just not working. That's the one that usually pushes the Yes, exactly. That is indeed why we do preseason, just to make sure there are no kinks when we get to the season itself. It looks like the camera appears to be working correctly. Ooh, Keycracker having a little bit of a problem with turn number, I do believe that is turn number 11. So yeah, our first spin of the session that we've actually caught on the screen, and Keycracker trying to get back underway. Let's move to someone else. Fervid Panda is apparently on an outlap, as is Me Power. We'll follow Panda around. He is one of the new guys that we haven't seen before. Me Power we have had in, at least I have watched him before, and that was a little bit of a naughty moment there. Demo coming through turn 13 at high speed, finding Fervid Panda quite close to the racing line. I don't know if that was fully on the racing line. I was looking around trying to keep an eye on everything, but that will have affected Demo's lap. He does go up into 5th position, so not the worst lap even with that moment. And back to, this is Mystic Muchwin. Let's see how he's doing. It looks like he's going into turn 4 at the moment. I do believe he is on the lap. Let's go have a look at telemetry, get all our little tools and things that are available to us from the F1 game up and running at the very least, even though we can't have the full telemetry setup. No ERS left in this Ferrari though, so let's go back to Fervid Panda. So as I was saying, Panda, one of the people that we haven't seen before. Mystic is another one that we haven't seen before. Gottlieb, I think, may have raced with us once before, but I'm not sure what his pace looks like. The other guys do appear to have joined us previously, and that was that was Me Power with a spin there through that weird little hairpin at 8, and as we see Fervid Panda going to turn 10. Turn 10, obviously we saw quite a lot going on there. Leaves first race. Oh, great. Currently sitting in 7th, so not last on the grid for the first race. That's not a bad shout. Panda is... I need to decide if I want to call him Fervid or Panda, because Fervid Panda is just a little bit of a mouthful. So let's just... so Panda currently heading down the final straight before we get onto the pit straight. That double right-hander, which looks like one corner, but is actually counted as 2, 14, and 15. Obviously made quite famous by Alex Albon's massive crash there a couple of years ago. Fervid Panda crosses the line in 9th position, so still a lot of time to find. Me Power coming through in 10th, but I do believe has no front wing. Let's go have a look. No, he does have a front wing, so just a little bit of spin, but no ERS left in that Alfa Romeo. Venom currently looks like he is on a lap, burning all the way down that at Run Colin Paddock. Yes, if I remember correctly. KQ, well, welcome. Yes, absolutely. You are welcome to join on us. Just let me know when you're ready. I think I do still have you on my friends list, so I should be able to invite you. Yeah, we can. We do. This is preseason, so we can absolutely invite in the middle of quali for these two races. I cannot get my camera right, but I think I'm gonna leave it dropping off the top of my hair. It does need a cut. So yeah, all it takes is an invite indeed. So let's go have a look if KQ Microstatic is online at the moment. Yes, he is. There we go. And invite has been sent. So let's see how we go. Venom did get the fastest lap of the session so far. Destroyer coming across the line in the other McLaren. I do believe he was on a lap and unfortunately not improving up at the moment. Kaifu is definitely on the lap, 70% ERS remaining as KQ Microstatic joins. No jitters on the screen, so it looks like we have a good lobby tonight. And yeah, it's good to see KQ now joining. He will obviously collect a car. I believe it will probably be a Mercedes. We'll see very shortly. Yes, yeah, you're welcome to pick whatever car you'd like. Obviously, I'm betting it's going to be a Mercedes, although I imagine you're in two minds at the moment, although the two Ferraris are taken. Uh, yeah, absolutely, you're welcome to grab that Merc. Um, so yeah, like obviously massive news over the season. Yeah, 1 year to go. 1 year to go. I'm sure we're all very excited to see what Sir Lewis Hamilton can do in that Ferrari. The Ferrari obviously last year started really incredibly well. So hopefully they are. Fingers crossed, Mike KQ for the no spins. Dawaku, hi there. Welcome. WR Gaming, I don't recognize it, but yeah, good to have you with us. Kaifu going to the top of the times with that lap that we were watching him on board with. But yeah, lots happening in this year. Carlos Sainz obviously ostensibly out of a seat in a couple of year times. Sir Lewis Hamilton coming in and taking that Ferrari seat from him. Quite a few people without contracts from 2025. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. So Gottlieb in the first of the Mercedes at the moment, out on a lap. We'll see what he can do as he goes through turn number 4. The next lap that we see, I'll actually ride on board with, and I think let's go to official demo. He is currently sitting in 5th, doing quite well. Obviously a friend of the channel, so let's go see how he does on board. Oh, apologies, I did forget to unmute the game, and I didn't see anything, so let's go see what he's like on board. Alrighty, so Demo crossing the line and unfortunately not improving from 5th position, 131.207. So we've got a fair gap, 0.6 of a second between Destroyer and Demo in 4th and 5th, and then quite a few gaps down the field. So people, obviously, this is the first race of our preseason, and a couple of these guys haven't raced for a while, so we'll still be seeing them finding their feet, trying to figure out the cars. Sorry about that mistake. Going straight onto you and catching a crash is it's a little bit unfortunate. So Santa currently out. Is he out on a lap? It does look like he is, just looking at his ERS levels. So yeah, this looks like it will be a lap going through here. We've got a couple of things running place. KQ Microstatic, just if you don't mind checking your telemetry settings. Obviously you did join late, so that's okay, and I know your telemetry settings would have been different for the other race, so yeah, if you don't mind checking your telemetry settings at some point. I do see you're still in the pits, so hopefully you can do that before you get out there. Currently you're still showing as player on the telemetry rather than KQ Microstatic. So Santa, currently coming to the end of a lap, has set a good middle sector. Obviously the purple is, if it is still the same as it was the last time we showed a race, then that purple middle sector is basically just the best sector that a person has managed, not the fastest sector of a session, because, well, you know, our game is imperfect. Santa going through into 5th position, getting ahead of official Demo, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Demo head out there once again and try and sort out or put a lap together. Panda currently on an out lap. Let's see who else. Gottlieb, obviously we switched away from him earlier on. 100% ERS at the moment, so he will be starting his lap very shortly. So we'll follow him around in that first of the Mercedes. Currently sitting in 7th position, 132.360. So we'll see what he do a little bit better as he heads down the pit straight all the way to turn number 1, seeing Aston Martin on the inside there. The Aston Martin does not pull a Lance Stroll on him, or sorry, it wasn't Lance Stroll, it was Pastor Maldonado, who came out of the pits and immediately murdered someone on that corner. Deadpool, welcome. Good to have you in the chat once again. Gottlieb taking turn number 4, not running as wide as we've seen the Merc do previously, and in fact staying very clear of the white lines there, not extending the track quite as much as we would expect, so possibly just not pushing the car. Ooh, little bit of a snap going through turn 8 there, and that will have cost him quite a bit of lap time as we head into 9 and 10, this horrible left-hander, and that's certainly an interesting way to get around there, drifting around through turn 10, which, considering how difficult it is to get through that corner, I can't say it's the bad way to get through there. So yeah, it looks like Gottlieb is pushing that car to the extent of his ability, so close to the track limits right there, going through turn 13, and that was actually a really good extension of the track there, right on the white line, possibly following the full racing line, looking at that little jink to the inside of the corner, and then just not quite extending the track once again. Looks like he might be coming into the pits, so a little bit of a weird there. It looked like a decent lap up until that point, but just not completing the lap. So KK Marcostatic in the other Mercedes has just started a lap, so let's see what this looks like on board. We will be commentating the lap all the way through. Turn 2 and then 3 DRS will be wide open as he heads down to turn 4, not extending the track on the left hand side immediately, but does do it just before the corner, misses the apex just a little bit, extends the track on the exit. Looks like a little bit of a snap there as he gets the power down through this weird little section here. You have to be so careful of those curbs. Some of them are fine, some of them are not, some of them you can only half take through the hairpin at 8, and now up the hill you have to get on the power as quickly as possible to carry a little bit of speed through here. You can lose quite a lot of time there. Then the trail braking 9 and 10 looks like a very smooth run through there by KK Microstatic. Now heading down towards the fast S's of 11 and 12. Nice extension on the right hand side, hits the apex on the left nice and early, and gets himself out there, gets himself across to the other side nice and quickly, and now will extend the track, opening up 13. Another awkward corner, a little bit too far wide there. You can lose a little bit of time depending on your ride height. Heading down towards the final corner, the timing screen shows that quali is over. This will be the lap for KK Microstatic. Comes through the final corner, heading down towards the line. DRS will be open. There it is, across the line, fastest lap of the session, a 129.431. We've got a couple of people still out there. Kaifu is currently on a lap heading through turn 4 now. He now has everything to play for, as Worm Puzzle also jumps ahead of him in the Aston Martin. So Kaifu needs to find some time, find a little bit of time. It's not much, or actually it's 4/10 of a second. KQ Microstatic put in a massive lap there. Considering that was his first lap of the session. KQ, since I do see that you are in the chat, please double check your telemetry settings before we start the race. I just need your name at the very least to be on public. So player name's on, and then yeah, that should be fine for now. Kaifu currently pushing through the fast S's of 12 and 11 and 12 now towards 13, has a Ferrari on the racing line, and that is going to be rage. I can almost hear the swearing from here. Was that the Ferrari of Chicken Wing, or was that Mystic Wind? That was unfortunately Mystic Wind. So Kaifu pushing just a little bit too hard, somehow manages to keep it in track limits on that final corner, but only enough for second position. He was doing incredibly well until he found that Ferrari on the racing line. So it looks like we will have to talk to the drivers about quali, about impeding in general in quali, and but that does bring quali to an end. MePower still out there on a lap, currently pushing his car through turn 13. Oh, and unfortunately off the track there, so that will be the end of his lap. So KQ Microstatic with one lap on the board gets a first position, Kaifu in second, Wormpustle in third, and it's Venom Destroyer, our top 5, Santa, Demo, Gottlieb, Keycracker, and Chicken, the top 10, MePower, Fervid Panda, and Mystic Muchwind in 13th. Yes, yeah, I did see. Apparently, it's dynamic weather as well. So, yes, it is getting sweatier as we speak. But yes, we can't speak of that in the House of Esports chat, because we are here to watch this race, and we are happy to have you with us. That's the button. Telemetry is public. Can I see? Not yet, but it might only happen at the beginning of the next session. So yeah, I'll let you know as soon as get there. Race director, is there anything interesting here? Probably not. Yeah, just a bunch of invalidations. So yeah, but yeah, as I said, I'll only be able to see if your telemetry name has popped up yet when we get to session. Oh, and Dawaku, thank you for the follow. I forgot that my activity feed was showing a great big notification instead of the actual activity, so I couldn't see who followed earlier. Oh, hello. Telemetry application has just told me there's an update that I've missed. Alrighty, so straight to the grid as per usual. KQ Microstatic on pole, 5 red lights go out, and the lobby does not desync badly at all. Destroyer getting a terrible start, getting swallowed up by the field already, and the guys are underway. Oh, that is a massive push there by Kaifu on Worm Puzzle, and that is... Ooh, who was that? That was a terrible run there by MePower. Apparently missing the breaking point going into the first corner. Not entirely sure what happened there, but... massive crash there, and I'm sure we're going to have that clipped and reported at some point. No safety car though. The safety car is on reduced. Venom now getting through into second position. Demo right on top of him. Keycracker was running nicely in the background there, but then spun through turn number 4. We've got one of the Alfa Romeo spun there as well. That's Fervid Panda. Mystic Wind is also at the back there in the Ferrari, having a bit of an issue. We see a couple of lockups going through turn 8. KK Mark Static running away already, 2 seconds ahead of Venom. I'm sure Venom will be finding his feet and will be able to get through there as quickly as possible. Demo is right behind him in the Williams, so we'll see what they can do there. Santa in 4th, Gottlieb in 5th. Then we have Destroyer, Kaifu, Worm Puzzle all right on top of each other. Then Chicken Wing and Keycracker on top of each other there. The Williams right on the back of the Ferrari. Then we have the 3 that we saw spinning earlier on: Feather Panda, Mystic Muchwind, and Me Power. Looking at damage, we have Me Power with damage, Muchwind with damage, Chicken Wing has damage, Worm Puzzle has damage, Kaifu has damage, and Santa has damage. KK Marker Snake, yes, your telemetry is showing correctly now. I do see your name on the timing screen, so that is good to see. Official team, it looks like he's going to go for a move. He does indeed. Goes to the inside of turn 1, lap 1, and does he manage to get through there with enough space? He does indeed. Venom does get the inside on the next one. A little bit of a snap there, and some contact between the two of them. Really unfortunate there. Looks like there's a Ferrari in the background. Santa has retired, and that looks like it may have been as a result of contact with another driver, and quite a few people actually getting penalties for that. Not entirely sure what just happened there, but virtual safety car is out. Not a full safety car, which means that it won't bunch the field up, which obviously we kind of like to see the field bunched up once again. Mystic Muchwind has been given a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. He has also gotten a penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so unfortunate there for Mystic, but I mean, this is yeah. Yes, exactly. The rage on Kaifu. I didn't actually see it. It might have been rage. I didn't see it personally, but yeah. So yeah, that's a little bit of an unfortunate start. Santa has been taken out in the Aston Martin. Virtual safety car has ended out in front. KK Static has lost a little bit of time to Venom since the last time I checked. Emo has lost a little bit of time to Venom as well, so Venom starting to up the pace a little bit. Destroyer 10 seconds back, but with Worm Puzzle and Gottlieb right on top of him, Keycracker has expired from the session. Yeah, it does look like that is actually what happened. No, his car is completely gone. So Keycracker has retired. Santa, was that my fault? I didn't quite catch it, unfortunately. I saw chaos happening, and then I saw more chaos happening, and now we've had more chaos happening. So yeah, there's been a lot happening, but Mystic Muchwind speeding out of the safety car, so needs to learn a little bit how the safety car works and how to manage the speed under it. Safety car has picked up the leaders already, so this will be lap 1 behind the safety car. Normally no more than 3, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously the VOD will be available for everyone to review after the race. It does automatically get saved, and we will be trying to remember to upload everything as well, which yes, I tried to remember last season, but then burnt out halfway through the season, and yes, I couldn't really look at the Twitch channel beyond that. I've also found a couple of interesting things in Twitch itself, which might allow me to do a couple of things a little bit easier than I could previously. So I don't know if these are new features or just features that I missed, but yeah, it does mean that I can do a couple of things a little bit more efficiently than it was available to me before. So safety car is out. As I said earlier, we do have safety car on reduced, so we're not likely to see it more than 3 times. So this will probably be one of the 3 times. Normally it doesn't stay out for more than 3 laps at a time as well, so we'll see how this goes. This is lap 1 that it's coming to the end of now. We'll probably, in fact, I think this is lap 2 that it's coming to the end of now, so we might only have 1 more lap behind the safety car, although with the field spread out as far as it is, there's a decent enough chance that it stays out another lap and surprises us all, especially with this being EA game. You can't really rely on anything. So we'll see what happens with the safety car. This is the second time it has crossed the start finish line. See how people do. Hopefully the guys catching up do see where the where everyone's coming. That weird little triangle on the right hand side, I think that's the light, and I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be doing that. But it's definitely not an issue on my computer. It seems to be the game not understanding how light works, which is an interesting issue to have. I did turn up the lighting sessions settings because I'd previously turned them down due to the weird glittering effect, which you can see on the cars, but there was no way to actually get rid of it. It still glittered like mad. Thank you, SKO. Welcome, welcome, and thank you for the follow. But yeah, so there was weird glittering going on. So I turned the lighting settings up, and I wonder if that's made one of the lights. It looks like it's just one of the lights that's not entirely set up correctly. You can see most of the lights do have a little bit of glow there. Venom getting ahead of KK Microstatic for a moment there as KK Microstatic gets to the inside of the track to avoid any sort of incidents through the corners. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. I do believe that we are getting ready for a restart soon. Does the safety car peel off, or tell them that it's going to peel off as it crosses the safety car line for Sector 3? It does not. That was a little bit concerning. There was a flash there where it showed the normal display, and then it showed safety car again. I'm hoping that we haven't broken the safety car in the first preseason race, which would be very us. Okay, no, so the safety car is staying out another lap, it would appear, and we have the Ferrari of Mystic Muchwind spinning turn 12, or into turn 12, so out of turn 11. So a little bit unfortunate there for the Ferrari. We do have the guys starting to catch up now, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. KQ Marstatic weaving as hard as he possibly can to try and get some temperature back in those tires. They are cooling down a little bit, and Venom has actually managed to keep temperature in his tires quite nicely. So Venom's in a pretty good position. KQ Marstatic less so. Destroyer in a decent position. So the two McLarens. Oh, Gottlieb has spun out, coming out of turn 3. Was that contact? Keycracker, what actually happened there? We didn't catch your incident on screen, unfortunately. But yeah, it looks like Gottlieb spun out. He has now lost a bunch of positions down into ninth. So really, he was doing fairly well, and now has dropped all the way into ninth position. Meepow and Muchwind, or Mystic, trying to catch up to the back of the field. I don't believe safety car will be able to be out any longer. Mystic actually in the pits to get a new thing once again. Looking at damage, Gottlieb actually carrying 26% wing damage after that little moment there. So yeah, unfortunate for him, but that is one of those things. Let's go see, we'll watch on board with official demo as we get ready for the restart. We generally find that it's better to watch sort of halfway through the grid, and that was very close there. The guys suddenly slowing down, and Demo also almost having a moment there with Destroyer, manages to keep out of it. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of lighting issue at the moment. Safety car coming in this lap, but I just saw another weird little horizontal line at the bottom of the lighting. So good job, EA, for breaking the lighting. I don't know if that's a new thing or if it's just because I turned up the settings too high. I don't mean too high as in TOO, I mean too high as in I turned the settings up. So yeah, that's a little bit weird, but yeah, let's see how the restart goes. KQ Marstatic weaving at the moment. We'll keep an eye, or I will keep an eye on their throttles. Everyone is very keen to go. Nothing yet, and ooh, that was a little weird. I don't entirely know what that was. Oh, and a lot of people believing that he had gone early. and he hadn't, and that's left. It's left everyone a little bit confused. That was very strange. It did look like something happened there, and then Keke Markostatic didn't go. I was watching his telemetry. He didn't put down his foot or anything, but a couple of people behind maybe jumping the gun a little bit, and that caused some issues further back. Gottlieb going into the pits to get rid of that broken wing. We see Worm Puzzle right on the back of Fervid Panda trying to find a way through that push at Aston Martin past the Alfa Romeo. A little bit of a touch there between the two of them, but he is now safety through. A little bit of lag there from Worm Puzzle's perspective, and this has allowed Kaifu to get through on Fervid Panda as well. Fervid Panda struggling a little bit, spins the car through 8. The other Alfa Romeo of Me Power also having a little bit of a moment there through a chicken wing right behind them, and this is quite a bit going on already. Chicken wing in the Ferrari right on the back of Fervid Panda. Let's see what he can do as he drafts down towards turn number 11. Does he go for the inside? He does not, and decides to stay behind through 11 and 12, and unfortunately snap there is going to allow Me Power through, and Me Power now up into 8th position. Destroyer in 9th, Mystic Muchwind behind in 10th. So yeah, a little bit of a crazy restart. Yeah, 20 cars would be chaos at the moment. Keiki Microstatic hasn't managed to pull away as much as he did previously. Venom right behind him in 2nd place, 8/10ths back, and following him across the track to keep that slipstream going. Worm Puzzle right on the back of Demo, and it looks like Demo goes defensive, does not have enough. Demo looked like he slowed down quite substantially there, but that has gone a little bit too wide, and he is going to need to make up for that 5/10ths back, and Kaifu right on top of him. We've seen Kaifu's pace previously in this league, so we'll see whether Kaifu can reel him back rather, to get the metaphor right, and let's see what he can. Great aerial shot by the game, finally giving us some shots that we can actually use. And Kaifu looks like he goes to the inside of 8, decides better of it. Not a great passing position, but that has pushed Demo off the track. Demo will have a compromised exit. This is not a great place to pass here either. 9 and 10, you don't want to be on the outside. Demo defending really well, but unfortunately overcooking the exit and goes off the track and loses the traction on the exit of that corner. Kaifu just putting that pressure on, going for the cutback, managing to get it, and a nice clean pass there by Kaifu after a good battle between himself and official Demo. Chicken Wing right on the back of Fervid Panda. We saw this fight earlier on. We see Gottlieb getting through on Me Power as well in the background in 10th and 11th. Just saw that on the map. Chicken Wing is getting ready for a pass on Fervid Panda. Has the overspeed. Will he go into this corner trying to do it? Goes to the inside of 14 and breaks a little bit later. Does he manage to keep it going in the right direction? He does indeed. Fervid Panda backing out of the corner, and that is a pass done for Chicken Wing. Breaking the toe now. Doesn't look like Fervid Panda has enough of an overspeed, but there's a little bit of one. We see Venom having a little bit of moment out of turn 3. That was very close there between the Ferrari and the Alfa Romeo, both of them sort of sliding their way through that corner. Official Demo trying on Kaifu going into turn 4. We just caught the end of that, not quite managing, but the two of them still quite close together. Venom and Worm Puzzle haven't let go of each other. Gottlieb getting through on Mystic Muchwind. Where even is that? Oh, that was because Mystic was in the pits once again. His pit count is currently... I don't see it on the telemetry. I thought there was a pit counter, but no, it is not there. So that's a little weird. But yeah, Venom currently in 3rd position. Venom with no warnings for track limits. KQ Markers likewise. Worm Puzzle, however, does need to be careful. He does have a couple of warnings for track limits, or I imagine it's for track limits. Warning can be for pretty much anything. Contact between cars, track limits themselves, and so on. So yeah, Worm Puzzle sitting with a couple of warnings. Kaifu with a warning. Official Demo with a couple. Chicken Wing with one. Destroyer getting through on Fervid Panda. Let's see if I can figure out where my fingers are. There it is, Destroyer currently through on Fervor Panda. It doesn't look like it was much of a fight. KK Mark Static out in front, 5.3 seconds. Worm Puzzle in second, Venom in third. Then we have Kaifu and Official Demo fighting it out fourth and fifth. Chicken Wing in sixth, 10 seconds back. Destroyer in seventh. Looks like he is 6.8 seconds back, but rapidly climbing. Destroyer is... Ooh, that was a Ferrari. That's fine. Destroyer is very rapidly catching up to the back of a Chicken Wing, or was at least, and Chicken Wing has managed to find a bit of something as he heads past his spun teammate. Gottlieb currently, sorry, that was Destroyer, Fervor Panda in 8th, Gottlieb in 9th, Meepower in 10th, and then Mystic Muchwind bringing up the rear in currently looks like he is not actually moving as we watch this battle between Venom and Worm Puzzle. You can see turn 10 does cause a lot of tire smoke. We believe that is just the game not understanding how to work with trail braking, as we see Mystic DNFing and retiring from the session on track, so that will be clarified in the rules. But 10 people left, 9 laps in. We've lost 3 players. Santa with a moment with Kaifu, we believe. Keycracker, not 100% sure what happened there. And then Mystic Muchwind with the after multiple spins and issues, possibly not used to the assist settings that we are running. Alrighty, back to this battle. Venom getting a little bit of a snap there, losing about 0.2 of a second, but getting a decent exit out of that corner. Is still chasing Worm Puzzle down. Worm Puzzle has managed to catch up to KQ Mark a little bit. Keep in mind, these top guys, let's go to detail, which I think will give us the information that we need. These top guys haven't pit, so KQ, or effectively haven't pit. Mark Static, Worm Puzzle, Venom, all on fairly old tires, Kaifu, Official Demo, and Chicken on slightly newer tires. In fact, the only people who have realistically pit, I don't think anyone's going to be able to make it through to the end of the race on the tires that they're on at the moment. Question maybe... We will consider it. Full traction. There's a couple of reasons why we generally don't run full traction in the races. It's a much better feel. It's a much better idea of how to control the car, and just in general, having that does force people to basically learn the car a little bit more. They'll be a lot faster. There'll be a lot less of a disparity between the top and the bottom drivers. It does take a little bit of practice, but once you've got it, you're generally able to do it. Yeah, and this is speaking from someone who put in the time at one point and learned to play the games on a controller with 0 assists other than racing lines. So yeah, it is possible. It is absolutely possible, especially with the modern games being even more controller centric. We do feel like everyone should be able to run with medium traction control. They just need to put in the time, and really what we want is people to put in the time and basically learn the game, learn to drive, learn to make sure that they're not crashing everywhere. And it means that they're putting in the time. It means that we have much better racing in general. So yeah, that's generally the idea behind running the medium traction control instead of full. Is it does force people to practice a little bit more and actually understand the game to a point where they can actually race. At least that's always been my my logic behind it. Yeah, if I were to run a league personally without any restrictions on what I could do, and enough people that I'd be able to fill it, I'd run a full no assists league other than the racing line, because I think that would be a lot of fun. Anyway, back to the race at hand. Keiko Static still out in front. Worm Puzzle reeling him in a little bit, has reeled another second or so. Venom has fallen a little bit back from Worm Puzzle, just outside the DRS, which is unfortunate for him. Kaifu in 4th. We see Fervor Panda losing a position to Gottlieb. Was that on the track? No, I do not believe. It was indeed. So Gottlieb getting a position on track from Fervid Panda. Now it needs to chase down Chicken Wing, 4.6 seconds back at the moment, but catching at a rate of knots. So we'll keep an eye on that gap because it looks like it's going to come down fairly quickly. And it does seem to be continuing to come down. So let's actually go across to Gottlieb in the Mercedes, the second of the Mercedes drivers, currently heading down towards turn 14, 15, and let's see what he can do. Gets at this point, I don't think the game does slipstreaming this far back. I do believe it's only sort of within a second that you actually start getting slipstreaming, and I think it might actually less than that with this year's models. But yeah, that will be very interesting. Obviously, quite a lot going on with this year's cars in real life. Basically with F1 in this year and in general, and the greater F1 world. I mean, we've got F1 Academy with all the Academy drivers being announced. A lot of the Academy liveries have been released alongside their full F1 compatriots. And some of them are looking really good. The Mercedes livery from this year, both the F1 and F1 Academy liveries look incredible. I hate to say it, I'm not a fan of Mercedes, but I would say that their car does look one of the best. So yeah, there is that. Obviously, a lot going on there. F1 Academy being joined onto the support calendar in general, which is going to be great. They're going to be running some interesting systems in the Academy to try and get more opportunities for women in motorsport, which is great to see in general. Uh, yes, no, absolutely. I think they went black, and no one wanted them to go back. But yeah, that silver nose is just, I don't know, it just adds something so fun to the car. It really does make it feel really interesting. And yeah, maybe maybe they know that if they hang around in the black livery for too long, they might no longer be able to call themselves the Silver Arrows. So yeah, that silver nose looks pretty good. Gottlieb is actually within 1.1 seconds at the moment, locking up quite badly going into turn 1. That can't have been good for his tires, and looking at the temperatures, it definitely wasn't. So yeah, he has a little bit of a tire heat issue, but he is now almost within a second for a while there. It looks like he carried a massive amount of speed through 4, so he is right on the back of Chicken Wing now as they head through the twisty sector 2. Does he try and move into 8? Chicken Wing cuts him off, closes the door there quite nicely, goes through 8. Oh, and Chicken Wing goes wide, and that lets Gottlieb through. Pass there now into 9 and 10. Ooh, almost gets taken out there. At least that's what it looked like. Will Chicken Wing get the advantage? He does indeed. So that was quite interesting. Not entirely sure what happened there, but Gottlieb looked like he just went really slow through that corner and struggled to get out of it as well. Is he trying to set up for DRS on the pit straight and get Chicken Wing? And Chicken Wing goes out again, misses the corner. Does he manage to keep it going? He does indeed. Does get a better launch out of here as well. 7/10 of a second. Does start catching up. I wonder if Chicken Wing is running a lower downforce setup. And that's not going to be good for Gottlieb. Oh, so close there. Does manage to keep it out of the back of Gottlieb. Chicken Wing does have a bit of an issue with his front wing. He does have a damage to his front wing. Pulls out to the inside of turn 1. Is he going to go for a dive here? He's a little bit too far back. Doesn't go for a dive, but does look like he locked up the brakes a little bit. Wasn't able to get the car stopped in time. Had to go wide and has lost a massive time as a result. He will get DRS once again, heading down towards turn number 4. Does not look for the slipstream from the Mercedes driver. Gottlieb now managing to secure the position, and this was where we saw him be quick earlier on. I think Gottlieb might be running a slightly higher downforce setup, which means he'll be able to take these corners a little bit better. We'll be able to get out of the DRS range of Chicken Wing, and I think that's exactly what he's done. 19.4 seconds to try and catch up to Destroyer, but he is coming up on a back marker in the form of Meepower. We've had a pit stop, and that is unfortunately one of the back markers that has managed to come into the pits. Ghosting is on for those a lap down, so they will not interfere with the race. as far as trying backmark is going. Oh, Me Power has retired, as we see Gottlieb almost put it in the wall in the same spot. And a safety car is out. That is going to be good news for KK Microstatic Worm Puzzle. In fact, that's going to be good news for everyone. 15 laps in, 14 laps to go. Kaifu, let's see what Kaifu's tires are like. Kaifu's tires are actually not looking bad. Same with Demo's. They're on 12 laps at the moment. They could absolutely have gone 2 extra laps, and obviously this is with high fuel, so this does open it up quite a lot. Those guys running in on the medium tires are going to be able to push through to the end on medium tire, or those guys running hard tires rather, will be able to swap onto medium tires. They will be able to get through to the end if they manage their tires a little bit. Obviously, safety car being out for a couple of laps means it's a lot easier. This shouldn't be a problem, so they should be able to push most of the way to the end. Those guys on medium tires, if they haven't swapped tires yet, which I suspect they may have, because obviously we had the early safety car, and I think Kaifu and Demo both went in during the early safety car, or virtual safety car, or whatever it was, to get rid of their original tires. So there's a good chance that both of those actually don't need to go onto another compound. So if they have another set of mediums, they'll hop onto the mediums. KK Microstatic, Worm Puzzle, and Venom, I'm sure they'll all go onto the mediums as well. I don't think you're going to get anywhere near the end on the softs, even with the safety car. KK Microstatic coming in now, and we'll go into the pits, and yeah, those are mediums indeed. So doing exactly what we expected him to. Worm Puzzle goes in, he will get the mediums as well. Venom's getting the mediums. Kaifu getting the 2-lap hold hards. That's going to be unfortunate. Obviously did not have another set of mediums there. Demo in the Williams going all the way to the end of their pit lane. And what's he putting on? He is putting on fresh hards. So Demo must have started on a soft or something to be able to put on fresh hards. That's going to be nice for Demo. He's going to be able to push all the way to the end. 14 laps to the end at the moment. Yeah, 14 laps to go. Chicken Wing getting a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. That's really unfortunate for him. But yeah, one of those things. So let's see what happens. Gottlieb is the only other person on older tires, and he doesn't. He does have the time behind. Chicken Wing getting another drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. So that is interesting. So something we have been noticing, and this is not. Oh, cheers, Alf! Thank you for joining us, and yeah, no worries. It's good to be back. So yeah, something that we have been noticing a couple of places is we're noticing that those players who are running on the PlayStation Net, so are playing on the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, but mostly the PlayStation 4, they're having a lot of weird issues. And they're also causing a lot of weird issues whenever anyone is near them. So we're seeing in a couple of places and a couple of races here and there that those players on PS4, if they are racing crossplay with players on other platforms, those players struggle a lot. And I know Chicken Wing is on PlayStation. You can see it right there on the screen itself. Chicken Wing, Me Power, both on the PlayStation Network. Everyone else on Xbox or Steam. Although it shows Steam, I don't believe it's necessarily Steam. It could be EA. But yeah, it's basically PC. But of course, Codemasters can't even change the name of the Alpine. So I really doubt they'll ever change the icon for PC. If anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about with the name of the Alpine, it's still called the Lotus in the game files. So just an interesting little bit there, just to show that they haven't actually updated their internal game since forever. Apparently, F124 is going to be a complete redesign of something. We're not entirely sure. We're hoping it's the engine itself that's going to be replaced, but I don't think anyone's really holding their breath. Yeah, that is just. Oh, that is not good. That is KK Microstatic going off the track, going incredibly slowly, and lagging out quite badly there. That is a little bit of an odd one. Is he... Oh. Okay, KK Microstatic is being wrecked by the game once again. And this is Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of us have seen the rage that comes from massive lag spikes like that. Uh, will the sound alert work? I don't believe the sound alert is working. That's unfortunate. I will need to look into why that is happening. Do I have the sound alert? I do. Sound alerts switched on. So why did that not work? Oh, and KQ Market is lagging still quite badly. Currently in 6th position, so he's got a lot of work to do. No, the sound alert doesn't seem to have played at all. I can see my sound alert little panel, and it's still in the right place, but for some reason it just didn't play it. Just trying another one. No, it doesn't come through at all. Okay, I will need to check what's going on there as we see KK Statica going a little bit off track. Not entirely sure what's happening there. He does seem to be struggling with something. So yeah, I'm not going to anger the lobby. Yeah, no, absolutely. That was crazy to watch. We were we we were literally talking about the fact that we've noticed that the PlayStation players seem to have massive issues with the game at the moment, playing cross-platform, and then you started lagging out. I had to just double check your icon for a bit there, but yeah, not entirely sure what happened there. But you know, at least we get to see you race through the field. Oh wait, no, maybe not. That's very strange. Are you sure your like computer isn't struggling or doing something in the background? Sorry, I'm just checking as to key. Yeah, that is correct. Okay, so sound alerts are definitely supposed to be playing through to the correct place. I think I need to log into the sound alert website and see what's happening there. I'm not sure if I have access to it on my secondary computer. Um, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to fix it right away. Chicken wing to somehow make up a bunch of positions, then having to drop back. So I'm not sure what happened there. But yeah, let's see how this goes once the guys get back underway. Worm Puzzle leading them away this time, and we'll see whether he goes differently to what KQ Microstatic did. KQ Microstatic obviously going quite late compared to what everyone expected, and that causing a little bit of a concertina effect behind him. Worm Puzzle is now away, so goes at exactly the point that everyone expected KQ to go previously, and now heads down the field, and we see a massive switch there by Official Demon to try and get a little bit of a slipstream there. Venom going to the outside of Worm Puzzle. Does he manage to make it? Let's see the corners. No, not this time. So Worm Puzzle holds on to the first position as they go through the first set of corners. Chicken Wing getting another penalty for the track limits. This time Worm Puzzle are still out in first, Venom in second, Kaifu in third. Official Demo in fourth, Destroyer in fifth. Kekumar Static is looking to pass in. Car was in sixth, now into fifth. Oh, heading through the section, and Destroyer not giving up but going down into eighth. Kekumar Static has the better line. He does manage to outbreak his opponent and is now up into fifth position. A good move there, nice and clean, and that was good to see. And yeah, Kaker Marshak is going to push as hard as he possibly can to try and keep moving forward. So we'll see how he does. and you'll see whether he does manage to get through to where he was sitting previously. Wormpuzzle still out in front, Venom and Kaifu following in second and third. Demo a second back, so Demo under pressure from KQ Murstack as the moment goes wide out of the exit of 13. So will KQ manage to get him through into 14 and 15, or will he wait for the pit straight, try and carry as much speed through as he possibly can? Does he manage to do it? He has indeed. 0.321, Demo jinking to the right and then pushing back to the left, and holds onto his position. Decided he was not going to fight that and let KQ through, and will try and get him on the brakes. Is it enough? It is not. It goes a little bit wide through turn one. Mercenatic takes another position, so he is now up into fourth after lagging his way down to seventh. Has managed to catch up 3 positions already, and still has 9 laps to go to try and catch up to the guys out in front, but 1.5 seconds back. No DRS just yet, so he needs to make up that time before they get to the DRS lap. Otherwise those guys out in front will start running away, but he does look like he's got the pace. Fervid Panda having a little through turn 4. It looked like he was alongside Chicken Wing. Hopefully that wasn't a moment of contact, but we'll see, I'm sure, later on. And yeah, let's see how this goes. KQ Marcus like 1.2 seconds back, so has managed to catch up a little bit to Kaifu, but Kaifu has managed to catch up, make up some time down the straight, possibly running slightly lower downforce. And KQ Marcus now just showing how much time he can make up in those corners. He does. No, that is not him. That's Demo with the 3-second pedals. KQ Marcus already almost within a second. Is he going to be able to pick up the slipstream? It does look like he is managing to do exactly that. Now going into turn 14 and 15, he will be within a second, and I think DRS will be enabled this lap if I have counted correctly. Let's see, DRS is enabled, so that won't. KQ Marcus gets the fastest lap of the race for good measure, 132.067, heading down towards turn 1. He will be crossing the DRS detection line, and I do believe he is definitely within a second, so he will get DRS. He will be part of this DRS train that lead up into 1st position. But as we speak of that, Venom getting through on Wormpuzzle goes to the inside of turn 4. The two of them side by side through turn 4. That will slow them both down. That will give Kaifu a little bit of an opportunity to catch up, and by extension, KQ Marcus will do as well. Official team currently in 5th place. I know someone did call that he was going to end up somewhere around 3rd position, so we'll see how that goes. I see a couple of world queue things. Hydrate, yes, I have indeed. Charles Leclerc didn't go, and that didn't go either. Got a couple of things going on there. That's all fine. Deal with that later. So KQ Marcus now right on the back of this queue of cars. Venom out in front, Wormpuzzle in 2nd, Kaifu in 3rd, KQ Marcus in 4th, all within in fact I'm pretty sure that is just about, okay, it's 1.5 seconds between 1st and there we go, 1.2 seconds between 1st and 4th, and KQ Marcus is so quick there. Looks to the inside of 14 and 15, looks to the inside of Kaifu, decides better of it. Did that compromise his entrance into the corner? Takes nice and wide on the exit. Does that help him? And it looks like, well, that's not what we're looking for. That's not what we're looking for. And he is alongside Kaifu going into turn 1. Does he manage to outbrake his opponent? It looks like he does, and it's so close there. A little bit of contact between someone and Wormpuzzle there. I think Wormpuzzle did get a little bit nudged there. And KQ Marcus going to the inside once again, trying to box Kaifu in, but leaving just about a little bit too much space. Kaifu going defensive. Does he manage to, a little bit of a snap there by KQ Marcus as they go through 5 and 6 and down into 7. KQ Marcus has to back out of it once again. So these guys racing incredibly hard and so close there to going into the back of the Red Bull. This is an epic battle now, heading down into 9 and 10. KQ with the inside. He should be able to take this position. He does indeed. Does he manage to keep it? A little bit of a moment where he ghosts out, possibly running a little bit too slowly, and oh no, that is lag once again. And that is really unfortunate for KQ Markstatic. Hopefully he doesn't lag back again. But Kaifu now into 4th position. He is probably going to want to get that position back. Did look like a clean move. Did look like there may have been a little bit of a moment of lag. Doesn't look like there's any sort of damage to Kaifu's Red Bull though. So I don't think he's going to be too enraged by that. But yeah, that was a good move there. Good fight there. A little bit of rubbing, but that's why run reduced damage so that you can run like that. Key cracker. I see your backyard system. So yes. So Destroyer has gotten through on official demo. Unfortunately, oh, there we go. They are still fighting, heading through turn 1 and 2. Demo managing to take the position back. So these two fighting as well. We'll keep an eye on the times out in front. KK Markstatic 7/10 back, but Destroyer only 2/10 back on official demo. So we'll see how this battle shakes out, as well as we see Destroyer trying to go for that slightly tighter line through 4, trying to open up the corners, trying to carry as much speed through 5, 6, and 7 as possible, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get the run on Demo through 8. Does not indeed. KK Markstatic currently going through 9 and 10. Worm Puzzle in front of him. Kaifu has actually dropped back a little bit, so Kaifu may be struggling a little bit on those 9-lap-old hard tires. His tires were a little bit older than anyone else's, so that might be what's going on there. These guys still a fair amount between them. Destroyer currently on the back of Demo. Does he go for a move? He looks like he's trying. Kaifu looks like he may have had a spin, and that's unfortunate for Kaifu, dropping back into 6th position as Destroyer gets through on official Demo. Demo trying to extend the track as far as possible there. Does he manage to make a move there? He does not. He does have a 3-second penalty for track limits, so this is literally just for on track position. Demo goes to the inside of 14. Does he commit? He does not. So it gives a Destroyer the corner. Destroyer manages to keep the corner there and get through. KQ Markstatic currently 5/10 back from Worm Puzzle, so we'll probably see him try and move into 4. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see him try and move into 4. We've got official Demo. Is he going to manage? No, yellow flag, so he won't be able to pass through there anyway. Worm Puzzle is just just close enough to the car ahead. I don't know if he did manage to get DRS there, but KQ Markstatic not managing to get through. You can see how aggressively KQ is moving around behind that Aston Martin. Wants to find a way through as quickly as possible. Wants to get after the leader in the form of Venom. 5 laps left to go. Demo gets a penalty for yellow flags, and that is really unfortunate. That's a bit of a strange one to see, because that means he would have passed under yellow flags if... Oh, Chicken Wing has left the session. Meepower has left the session as well. A little bit of a strange one there. 6 laps left to go, 5 laps really, with where we are in the lap itself, and KK Markstatic has actually gotten through on Worm Puzzle. I missed it because I was trying to figure out what else was going on. A whole bunch of people retired, and yeah, Demo's weird penalty, I think, may have happened if Kaifu came onto the track and Demo passed him, but the yellow flag was still out. Then the game sometimes gives a 5-second penalty for yellow flags where it really shouldn't. So yeah, that's one of those ones that he could possibly apply for a penalty removal if he doesn't pit before the end of the race. So we'll see what happens there. But Venom, currently out in 1st place, is now within range of KK Markstatic's. Doesn't get DRS, so it's just outside of range, going through the DRS detection zone. But KK Markstatic was within a second for a moment there. Kaifu now gets through on official demo. It looks like that was a nice clean pass with DRS, and we'll see what he can do if he can catch up to Destroyer as well. 1.7 seconds to. My voice is killing me. I can tell I haven't done this for a while. So let's see what's happening at the moment. KK Markstatic has managed to catch up to Venom. Does he manage to get DRS? He does indeed. So Gottlieb, I forgot Gottlieb was in the Mercedes. He's still doing all right. Was on the back of official Demo. Has had a little bit of spin to drop back, which is unfortunate for him. KQ Markstatic lagging once again, so he is struggling. Something is going wrong with his computer. I don't know if it's maybe a heating issue or maybe just the computer being a little bit overstressed. But yeah, that car is not liking whatever is happening at the moment. He is on the back of Venom, so he will be getting into the slipstream at the moment. DRS should be able to open. It is there, and it looked like DRS didn't open on time. So I wonder if that was maybe an issue with the lag. We did see him lagging around near the start of the DRS zone, and I wonder if he maybe had an issue where the DRS wasn't activating due to the lag. Venom now going super defensive, going down towards 4. Is there space? Oh, there may have been a little bit of a touch there. Okay. Or maybe not. We'll never know. So KQ is struggling quite a lot with lag, and you can see everyone else is struggling as well around him because they won't know where he is. They won't know where to brake. They won't know where to turn. They won't know if they need to leave space or not. And it does mean that it's quite difficult to race when someone is jumping around like that. And you can see DRS is basically acting as a teleport at this point. And KQ is on the inside of 11, makes it through, loses out a little bit, but there we go. I was pretty sure we were just seeing the lag there, and I was correct. KQ Microstatic is out in front. This is going to make it quite difficult for Venom to try and pass. Especially if KQ does get defensive as he is, and there it is. Like, KQ got defensive there, but then just teleported out in front. This is very odd. And it's going to be quite difficult. I'm sure there's going to be complaints afterwards about the lag itself, understandably so. But Venom is now trying to chase him down, trying to catch up, is trying to see if he can make a move. There are 3 laps remaining, including this one. So we'll see what they can do. And Venom does have to worry about Worm Puzzle behind him as well. This is not a... oh, wow. Okay. This is quite difficult to commentate. So Venom currently in second place. We'll follow Venom around because it might be a little bit less nausea-inducing. And KQ Marcus are going very wide there. It looks like he is having some issues with his car. I don't think it's just the lag that's causing him to shimmy his way around. It does look like he is having issues with his car. A couple of them are actually starting to have issues with tires. So all 3 of these guys are having issues with tire temperatures. Destroyer in 4th is also having a little higher temperature. So we might still see a mistake at some point as we see Destroyer and Kaifu actually really close to each other. So we'll see how they're doing there. Not quite close enough. KK Marstatic still jumping around a little bit. Venom is still within a second though. So we'll see what he KQ going to the far right hand side of the track, breaking the toe as much as possible. He does need to do that as these guys are close enough that they could make a move. Despite the lag, they might still be able to get a decent run out of there. But it is difficult to tell if KQ Marstatic is actually across the track or if it's just his lagging car that's there. It does appear as if KQ is actually putting his car there on purpose. So I do believe that is actually the line he's going to be taking, and we'll probably see him do exactly the same thing. This time he does indeed. But the DRS making up for the fact that there is no toe down those straights. Venom doesn't look like he is trying to stick to the toe, and not entirely sure why he's doing that. He might be focused a little bit too much on Worm Puzzle behind, might possibly be thinking that maybe the physics of KQ Microstatic's car isn't going to work because of the lag issues. But yeah, just not following KQ across the track as quickly as I would have expected him to be doing. We'll see if he does it this time. Does he hop across to the left hand side of the track? No, he stays on the right. It looks like KQ has actually done the same, and you can see the difference it makes. It does actually allow him to pull a little bit closer to KQ Microstatic, having the DRS as well as the slipstream down that straight. To all the guys that are just lurking, that haven't been chatting, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I do see you there. I do see the viewer count, and I do very much appreciate it. It's always a massive honor to have you guys around. So KQ Microstatic currently in first position, Venom in second, One Puzzle in third, Destroyer in fourth, defending from Kaifu in the Red Bull in fifth. Official Nemo down into sixth position, 8 seconds back, Gottlieb and Fervor Panda in seventh and eighth. So we've got a lot going on. The race still up for grabs. Final lap as we start now. And we'll probably see some impressive dives coming soon. Wormpuzzle only 4 tenths back. Kaifu 4 tenths back from Destroyer. Does he manage to get enough DRS and a slipstream to go for a move into turn 1? He does not. And KK Microstatic has lost a position, but that was a lag position lost. Wormpuzzle and Venom looked like they were fighting for a moment there. Have not managed to do anything. They'll probably stay behind each other going down into 8. Kaifu looks like he has had a bad exit out of 4. Out of 3 doesn't look like he's going to be able to go into 4 and does indeed stay with that position. Wormpuzzle still right on the back of Venom. Is he going to pull back a little bit, try something through 9 and 10, maybe look to open 10 as much as possible, push the exit as much as he can? DRS for both of these guys. KK Microstatic's car just about giving DRS to them. Nothing down this straight down into 11. Destroyer and Kaifu are right on top of each other, so we'll go across there, see what they can do. Is Kaifu going to be able to make a move on Destroyer? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it in this straight. Looks to the inside, maybe alongside, just about enough. The two of them touch, and going through 11 and 12, Kaifu gets through on Destroyer. Back to the front. We'll see what happens here as they come through the final corner. Venom has spun it and goes into the wall, and that is a retirement for Venom. Really unfortunate there. Right on the final corner, or the second to last corner, turn 14, overcooks the exit just a little bit and crashes out. We see Kaifu and Destroyer fighting it out. A little bit of argy-bargy there. Does Destroyer get through? Destroyer does get a 3-second penalty. He might apply to get that removed. Just because there was a little bit of touch between the two of them there. Demo coming through in 5th position. Venom unfortunately losing the spot because of that crash on the final lap, on the final corner. KK Microstatic, I thought they had you a few times and then you just sort of teleported 3 miles ahead of them. It was a little wild. So yeah, and then Venom, unfortunately, that final corner just coming out of nowhere and catching Venom out, just putting him in the wall. It was such a slow one too. That car just decided, nope, I'm going somewhere else, and at its leisure went into the wall. Yeah, really unfortunate there for Venom Gottlieb, the last of the finishers coming across the line. And yeah, what a race. First race back pre-season. For season 4, Gottlieb getting the driver of the day. Well done to him for managing to survive what was a little bit of a cursed race for the you guys. So yeah, well done to Gottlieb for surviving. And I'll be very interested to see that turn 1 incident. That looked like an absolute mess. And yeah, thanks to KQ for joining us. It's always good to have you on the grid. And yeah, it's a pleasure to have everyone who did join us this evening on the grid. Meepower got a corner cutting on lap 1. So I wonder if that was... Okay, so Wormpuzzle got a collision penalty with Kaifu. Kaifu with Wormpuzzle. Meepower with Destroyer. Destroyer with Meepower. Santa with Meepower. Chicken with Mystic. Mystic with Chicken, Fervid Panda with Gottlieb, Muchwind. What on earth happened? It's going to be very interesting to see that first corner. It's going to be incredible. If anyone is listening and is still in the screens, please save the race replay. I want to see what happens. But yeah, so decent race all round. Obviously, that is the end of the first race. KQ Microstatic taking the win despite the lag. Wormpuzzle in 2nd, Kaifu in 3rd, Destroyer 4th, might apply for a penalty removal. Official Demo in 5th, Gottlieb in 6th, Venom in 7th after that crash on the final lap, final corner. Fervid Panda, the last of the official finishers. There's Chicken, Meepower, Mystic Muchwind, and Keycracker and Santa back of the grid. Alrighty, so that is the end of the first race. We will be back tomorrow evening in what is likely to be our new time slot for House of Esports. So yeah, we will be racing on Tuesdays going forward, 8:30. until whatever time we finish, normally about 10 o'clock. And yeah, it will be great to see you all tomorrow for the Shanghai Grand Prix for tomorrow. And yeah, going forward, as I said, it will likely be a Tuesday slot that we race with House of Esports. So yeah, come join us. It will be great to see you on a Tuesday for our main event. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the evening. We'll see you then.